Hey, welcome. We're going to be talking about NFL Conference Championship weekend. Coming off my favorite weekend of the year, NFL Divisional Round. And it's not just my favorite weekend because I went 4-0 with the picks. But you know what? You get to see some of the best teams around the league play. And now we get to even see the better teams play. Now, you guys went 3-1, so I guess I can respect your opinions a little bit. What do you guys think is going to happen in this weekend?
Well, I just want to give a quick shout out to the Browns.
Oh, okay. Shout out to the Browns for losing.
They played amazing. They have a really bright future. They got Odell coming back next season. I think they're going to be a really good team.
Cleveland, this is for you, 2.0? Are you making a prediction?
Prediction? I think they'll be in the conference or the conference championship next season.
Okay. And what were you saying, Jay?
We shall see. We got Tampa Bay and Green Bay. They matched up in the regular season. Buccaneers dominated the Packers 38-10. Brady had 2 touchdown passes, while Rodgers only had 160 yards passing and 2 key interceptions in that game. So I just think this game will be much closer, and something that we should look at closely in terms of this game, with Brady being in his first year in the NFC, is the legacy of both the legacies of both Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, because of the significance of this game, taking either one of them to the Super Bowl.
Well,
Go ahead, Jason.
Well, if you really look at it here, I'm just curious what your guys' thoughts are. Who has more to lose in this game, Rodgers or Brady?
Oh, Rodgers, 100%.
Yeah, Rodgers for sure. Tom Brady already has as much appearances at the conference championship as the Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, he literally has more appearances in the conference championship in the last 20 years than some teams do in their entire existence. So, what else does he have to prove?
Well, he's got to prove that he's better than Belichick. He doesn't need Belichick. There's something to prove.
Yeah, he already did by making the playoffs.
That's true, but
Buccaneers,
how's the 7th ring sound?
They won 2 games on the road so far already, Jason, so a third one would definitely cement that legacy. But playing against Rodgers at Lambeau Field is going to be a tough task for any quarterback, especially Brady at age 43. So,
I mean, Aaron Rodgers is a much better quarterback statistically at home. This is his first home NFC championship game. I'm really excited to see how he plays. I think he's going to play great in this game.
I think so, too. I think Rodgers is going to have at least 3 touchdown passes in this game. Yeah, mark it down, 3 touchdown passes. But also, in the first game where he matched up against Tampa Bay, he had a terrible game. So I really don't think he's going to repeat his worst performance of the season. I mean, only 160 yards passing. It's unheard of for Rodgers in any sort of game. It was probably the worst statistical game he's had in his career, arguably, against that Buccaneers defense.
Yeah, I think he'll bounce back for sure, but I still don't think he'll beat Brady.
Was that an early prediction there?
Too clutch in the playoffs, you know. I can't bet against him.
But what you're saying,
man,
is, I don't know, what do you think? If Tom Brady wins the Super Bowl, he'll just go off into retirement with Giselle, have 8 more kids, and then call it a day? Or you think he comes back another season?
He's not retiring. He's not retiring even if he wins the Super Bowl.
Even if he
be content with 7.
Even if he dominates the Buffalo Bills, his arch rival that he's dominated for 20 years in the Super Bowl, you still don't think he'll retire?
Yeah, I still don't think he's going to retire just because he wants to prove more. He wants to prove how much he is the GOAT. And if he beats Rodgers on the road, honestly, I mean, who else is going to go up against him to be the greatest of all time? He already has 2 more Super Bowls
that debate's over. That debate's over. He's been to 9 chips.
Exactly.
It's over.
And Rodgers only has, I mean, Jason, if you think about it, and Dante too, Rodgers has been to many conference championships, and he hasn't won any of them except one.
Well, he beat the Bears when they had a backup quarterback. Remember that one? That was very impressive.
But that game was on the road. They had one all-road playoff game.
That was the Jay Cutler bicycle game.
They've never gotten to the Super Bowl under Rodgers with home playoff games. I mean, he plays much better at home than he does on the road statistically. I know Dante knows that too. He's seen Rodgers, especially in that Seahawks game in 2014. He just totally choked it away. He couldn't move the ball after they were ahead.
Are you blaming Rodgers in that game or the special teams? That onside kick ain't Rodgers' fault.
I think you can look at both. Dante loves the old Seahawks, so I'd love to hear his take on that too.
Yeah, I don't know. That defense was different, so that's not the Tampa Bay defense isn't similar to that at all. So Rodgers definitely have an easier time against the Bucs defense, but I think it's just going to be about 2 offenses clashing. So
hey, but that Bucs pass rush though, JPP up in there, Shaq Barrett, they got some good linebackers. You know, that's a respectable defense at the very least.
I mean, the thing you can read into most is that they had 3 interceptions against Breeze last week, but Breeze can't throw the ball down the field like Rodgers can. Rodgers had a deep ball that clinched the game last week to Alan Lazard. So you never know what's going to happen, but they literally, I mean, the Packers were basically throwing the ball all over the field against the Rams, and the Rams are the #1 defense. So you really think the Bucs are going to be able to stop that?
I mean, the Rams
they
played
really
the Jets.
embarrassed the Rams. I predicted them. I was completely wrong on that. I thought the Rams defense would show more of an effort, but yeah.
So
Without
you think
Aaron
Bucs,
Donald at 100%, they just look lost out there.
You think the Bucs hold them to under 30 points?
No chance. I don't know about you, Dante, but I think there's no chance.
I think maybe if the Bucs hold them to like 28 points, I think the Bucs could win the game.
It's possible, but the Packers would have to score at least 31 points probably to keep the Bucs from beating them. I really think these two offenses, as you said, are just two of the best ones in the NFL. But in the first game, each quarterback had under 200 yards passing, and it was all about the running games. Tampa Bay had 158 rushing yards versus Green Bay's 94. It was just the turnovers that made the difference. So I really see this as being an offensive game. I don't know if the weather's supposed to be nasty, but maybe if there's some snow, you could see a lot more of Aaron Jones in this one because he has had some really good games at Lambeau Field. But I know Jason's not a big fan of the running game. He likes that downfield passing.
All right, but we have to ask them real important questions on this show. So we got to ask, if Rodgers loses this game, what famous actress is he going to date in the offseason?
I mean, he already dated Danica Patrick. Who else could he possibly date?
I mean, I'm just curious because these are the things that I need to know when I'm making a prediction for this game, which I'm going to do very soon.
I mean, I have no clue. It's up in the air. It could be anybody.
Definitely up in the air.
It's not helping me here, man. How am I supposed to make this prediction?
What's your prediction?
You can make a prediction in the game without thinking about who Rodgers is going to date next in the offseason because the Packers are going to win this game. They're going to win.
Maybe he goes on The Bachelor next. You never know.
I mean, he's already on Jeopardy. Next step.
Yeah.
Could see it.
Reality TV will take on that next.
All right, Jack, you said the Packers are going to win this game. Give us a game breakdown here. What's going down?
Well, I think it's going to be a close game throughout. I think the Buccaneers offense will be scoring 4 touchdowns and 28-point effort, but it won't be enough against Rodgers and the Packers. Packers 31, Buccaneers 28. I just think that Rodgers will have that game-winning drive, that elusive game-winning drive at the end, and he will have a key passing touchdown that'll take the Packers over the top over the Buccaneers 31-28, taking the Packers to the Super Bowl.
All right, but here's where I think you're giving the Bucs a little too much credit. They scored most of their points last week off of turnovers. Does Aaron Rodgers turn the football over? No. And is he going to turn the ball over in this game? I seriously doubt it. I'm going to say no. So here's how this game's actually going to go. Packers are going to be ahead probably by 5 to 7 points the majority of the game. We're talking maybe it's 27-20 mid-fourth quarter. Just like last week, however, you're going to see Rodgers make a play, show why he's the best player and deserves MVP, get a touchdown. They're going to go up 2 possessions. Tom Brady is going to have a late drive. It's not going to be enough. Packers are going to win this game 34-20. And yes, they are going to go on to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl, like you said. But I think you're giving them too much credit.
I guess you could say that about the Bucs offense, considering most of their offense or most of their points did come off turnovers. However, I just think the Bucs have so many weapons, and the Packer defense can be attacked. That defense is vulnerable at times.
But it's better than it's been.
Thoughts?
But it's no Saints defense. That's the reason why the Bucs are struggling a bit last week.
Very
but
true.
I got the Buccaneers 35, Packers 28.
Oh, now
okay.
35 from the Bucs. Oh, man.
I think that's a good prediction.
It's going to be a shootout. Good old-fashioned shootout.
Oh, we all think it's going to be high scoring. But
you think Brady gets the late touchdown, Dante, to secure the victory?
Of course. That's what he's been doing his whole career.
That's true. Also, who do you think he's going to throw that passing touchdown to? You think Gronk gets one in this championship game?
Yeah, Gronk to win the game.
All right. I'll take that prediction. 35-28 Bucs. So Dante likes the Buccaneers. Jason and I like the Packers.
Well, the NFC is going to win the Super Bowl this year anyway, so I don't even know if we really have to talk about the AFC. But you know what? We'll talk about it just for, namesake, and there's some people that care about these teams. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But, Chiefs, Bills, there is another game. It's the later game. They gave this one prime time on Sunday. Chiefs are favored at the moment as Mahomes is expected to play, as I believe you told me, Dante. But really, when we're looking at this game here, the Bills really have been struggling to run the football, and the Chiefs have been doing a really good job stopping the run. So is Josh Allen the X factor for the Bills in this game?
I'd say 100% yes, Josh Allen is going to be the X factor for the Bills. But looking back at the regular season, although Josh Allen had MVP-like numbers when he faced the Chiefs defense, he only had 122 yards passing, albeit 2 touchdown passes. But the Chiefs defeated the Bills 26-17, and Kansas City had 245 rushing yards to 84 for Buffalo. So I just think that Josh Allen is going to have to rely on his arm, and they're going to have to be very careful with this football throughout this game, especially playing at Arrowhead. That one elusive turnover could totally kill this game for Buffalo.
And do we want to take bets now if Mahomes even finishes this game or not? I mean, that's not a guarantee.
I mean, dude's been in concussion protocol.
He takes one more of those hits, he could be out for the rest of the game. They could have Henny back in there.
Possible. But I don't think Henny is anywhere near as talented as Mahomes. So let's hope that Mahomes can finish the
Thanks
game.
for that. Great take. I mean, okay, you think Henny, if he started this game, to beat the Bills? Think there's any chance of that?
No chance. No chance. I think the Bills would actually beat the Chiefs by 2 touchdowns or more if Henny were to start the game.
Mahomes is a 14-point swing?
Definitely. Mahomes on the field makes a huge difference.
Vegas
for that
says he's about an 8-point swing, but I see you being bullish on Mahomes.
Okay, and here's something too. Mahomes, 21 for 26, 225 yards and 2 touchdowns against Buffalo the first time. Their defense now has been playing much better, though, Buffalo, in recent days. So I think that they could force a couple of turnovers in this game. But also, if Buffalo can't run the ball, they're not going to win this game. You have to find a resemblance of a running game, and they just haven't had one in these playoffs.
Chiefs ran for over 200 the first time. Do you really think they're going to do that again? I think it evens out a little bit, but I still don't think Buffalo gets 100 yards rushing in this game. I know they signed your boy Devontae Freeman to the roster, and I know I want to predict a 10-carry, 300-yard game. I just can't see it. So, unless that happens, which could happen, I think there's about an 80% chance that could happen, but I'm just going to assume it's not going to happen. And so the Bills really going to struggle to move the ball. They've really struggled in the red zone. I mean, 10 points as an offense last week against Baltimore. I get the Baltimore defense is elite, but still 10 points, it's not enough. It's not going to be enough this week, that's for sure.
Yeah, Josh Allen has to throw the ball better than he did last week for them to win. He was overthrowing quite a bit last week.
I mean,
I know the wind played a factor in it, but the whole offense relies on him, and if he's missing throws that could result in points, then it's going to be really hard for them to win the game.
Well, Dante, I mean, if you look at his statistics from last week, he had 206 passing yards and a touchdown, but he could have had more. I agree with you, especially he missed a couple of key throws, especially down the field to Stephon Diggs, who I think could play a big role in this game, considering that Chiefs secondary can be attacked down the field. But we got my man Tyrann Mathieu. He had an interception last week, so it's possible he could get in there for another one this week, although Allen has been very careful with the football in this postseason, so has Mahomes. So I don't know if we'll see many turnovers or some sloppy play. I mean, maybe early on you could see a turnover that could be key, but it depends.
Do you predict another Tyrann Mathieu interception?
Actually, I am not
if you had a bet on it, would you?
Mathieu interception.
What's more likely, a Tyrann Mathieu interception or 10 carries for 300 yards from the Bills' run game?
Okay, well, definitely a Tyrann Mathieu interception. I mean, come on now. I know the Bills aren't going to have 300 yards rushing.
100 yards rushing from the Bills or Tyrann Mathieu interception?
I'd say Tyrann Mathieu interception. The Bills have not had any running game in the playoffs, as we've said. And like I said, if they rely too much on Josh Allen, they're going to end up turning the ball over. So maybe an interception by Tyrann Mathieu. Right. But the rest of that secondary can be attacked.
Answer me this, Jack. 2 minutes to go in the game. Who do you trust more with the ball, Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes?
Oh, Patrick Mahomes. Bills fans are going to hate me for this one, but you take Mahomes. I mean, why would you ever bet against Patrick Mahomes?
So you're taking the Chiefs to win?
No, actually, I'm taking the Bills to win 30 to 27 on a late field goal. Bills 30, Chiefs 27 on a late field goal.
Explain to me
Josh
how the
Allen
Bills
leads them down the field.
So you trust Mahomes more, but so how does Josh Allen end up with the football instead of Mahomes?
Without a running game, too.
Okay, well, if you think about it this way, the Bills will put up just enough points to have a lead. The Chiefs will tie up the game at 27, but then Josh Allen has the last possession in the fourth quarter, and he leads a key drive to prove that he's a really good quarterback in this league. I mean, what has he done to prove that so far? He's won 2 playoff games this year and nearly won one last year. So I just think he's going to have that game-winning drive.
Is he going to have a statement game? Is this going to be the Josh Allen statement game? So he's a top quarterback in this league.
Statement game.
I mean, there is a lot on the line. I mean, nobody is giving the Bills any respect. Even right now, everyone's talking about Mahomes versus Rodgers or Mahomes versus Brady. Oh, yeah, there's that team from Buffalo, that guy that plays quarterback. What's his name again? I don't remember.
That was Jared Allen, right?
I have no idea. Nobody talks about him. How am I supposed to know? So, and you know what? You know what
they say about the playoffs, gentlemen. You know what they say. A quarterback proves his worth with game-winning drives in the fourth quarter in the playoffs.
I thought it meant we could get drunk and watch football.
Do that. So it means that too. You know, weekends are meant to be spent getting drunk and watching some games. So why not?
We know a thing about that. But you know what? Jack? My heart tells me, or should I say, my head tells me everything with logic and reason to pick the Chiefs in this game because, like we said, I think give Mahomes the ball 2 minutes left. It's a lock. They're going to win the game. But there's some circumstances, some change of hearts. Being a native New Yorker, I don't know what it is. But I'm picking the Bills to win this game 27-24. Yeah, they're going to win it on a late field goal. Yeah, there's going to be 12 seconds left. Mahomes is going to get the ball back. He's going to fling it up in the air. Josh Allen's going to catch it for the interception on the sideline. And that's going to be it. The Bills are going to go on, represent New York, even though they play in Canada. I mean, let's be honest, in the Super Bowl. And you know what? Josh Allen versus Aaron Rodgers doesn't get any better than that.
You want to talk about some hot but ridiculous takes? I guess you just bring Jason into the equation at the end of the game.
Oh, am I on the field?
I mean, you bring Jason in saying Josh Allen's going to get that incompletion from Mahomes on the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
Interception.
That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Okay. All right. I guess you're just giving Josh Allen all the credit in the world because he's got a statement game.
Look, I'm picking it with my heart here. I'm still undefeated in the playoffs, 4-0 so far. I want to be 6-0, and Josh Allen, I believe, is going to give that to me.
I think
you think Josh Allen's the top 5 QB?
Dante's got quite a different take, so I'd love to hear what he's got for this game.
Josh Allen?
Wait 1 second. If Josh Allen loses this, do you think he's a top 5 QB?
If he loses this game, I think
no. I think if he wins, he is, but if he loses,
I don't know. Even if he wins, I still rate him as the 6th best quarterback in the NFL. So I think he's just outside. You got Rodgers, Brady, Wilson, Mahomes, and forget me here. I'm forgetting one of them. But
I think you said Watson.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson as well. Yeah, I can't put him above any of those 5 guys, but he's right there. Those are S tier guys. He's A tier. But even if he wins, I think he needs to win a Super Bowl to pass Watson, and then I can put him in that top 5. Oh yeah, I mean,
just to pass Watson? Are you serious?
Yeah, to pass. I mean, Watson. You can't put him below Watson if he wins a Super Bowl.
Watson hasn't won anything in this league, not yet anyway. So he has to prove
Neither
himself.
has Allen, so that's why I have him below him still.
I think if he makes it to the Super Bowl, then he'll be above Watson. But
Dante, you seem to think he's not going there. So
I don't think he's going to the Super Bowl. I think it's Chiefs all the way. My prediction: 34-20 Chiefs.
Dante, how many turnovers will the Bills have in this game if the Chiefs end up winning?
I think maybe just 1. I just think the Chiefs' offense is too good for them to be able to. The Bills be able to stop it.
Yeah, I mean, you have Mecole Hardman, you have Tyreek Hill, you have Le'Veon Bell, you have Edwards-Helaire. He's not. I don't know if he's playing. I'd have to check, but they do have an elite offense, and I just think they can throw the ball down the field. Yeah, and Travis Kelce, one of the best tight ends in the league. So I might agree with you with going on the Chiefs, but I just think it's the Bills' time. It's been 25 years since
you guys just have that blind faith in the Bills, I see.
Yeah,
look, it's been a long time. It's been a long time coming.
Long time. I think it's gonna be another year. I don't think they're gonna make it this year.
But you guys, Kansas City took 50 years just to win another Super Bowl. Imagine if Buffalo ends up finally winning one this year. How would their fan base feel? They'd be, losing 4 straight Super Bowls early on. Of course, they want to win one now.
I mean, if they make it anyway, they're gonna lose to Brady in the Super Bowl again. Not again, but they'll lose to Brady another time.
Lose to Brady another time. I mean, they already lost to him.
They'll be getting the flashbacks from a few years ago.
Yes, they would. And Kansas City, when they face Brady, a bit of a revenge game for Mahomes if they make the Super Bowl because of the 2018 AFC Championship, where Brady led the Patriots down the field at Kansas City and broke the hearts of Chiefs fans everywhere.
Well, I think it's going to be a close game no matter how you look at it.
Dante thinks it's going to be a 14-point game, but if you look at Mahomes versus Allen, I just think Mahomes has a more powerful.
Chad Henne came in.
What do you think?
Had the key factor from last week. Crazy. Isn't it crazy how the NFL playoffs can work like that? Henny gets him the first down just to clinch a game last week.
That's what they call it, the not for long league. No lead is safe.
True. Very true.
Well, you guys have anything else you want to add?
Called by Andy Reid, throwing it on 4th down and secure the win.
Well, I mean, listen, that's Andy Reid. Man's got absolute titanium pellets that they call testicles.
Let me just add this in real quick, too. Every 27 years, the Bills face the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship. So in 2047, Bills fans, if you don't win this year,
where can I place a bet on that?
Winning in 2047.
What's the line on that?
Josh Allen will be with his walker.
Very true. Maybe Mahomes is still running around for $500 million.
Mahomes spent his contract on a robotic arm so he can still play.
Yes. Nah, but in all seriousness, this year, between Kansas City and Buffalo, I just think it's Buffalo's time. Kansas City won last year. If Buffalo beats Kansas City, I think they're going all the way and winning a Super Bowl. But we'll see what happens, gentlemen.
You're picking Buffalo to win the Super Bowl?
Weekend. I will give Buffalo a fighting chance at the Super Bowl, and I will pick them in the Super Bowl if they end up winning today.
What makes you say that, Jack? Some hometown bias, or?
That's not some hometown bias. I just think it's the Bills' time, especially with the way Josh Allen has been playing.
You're seriously telling me the NFC is not winning the Super Bowl this year? You're out of your mind.
I
think the Bills are the 4th best team remaining out of 4.
I mean, that's obvious.
Bold prediction, Dante. If the Bills win, you're going to have to eat your words there, man. You're going to have to.
I mean, look, I'm picking the Bills too this week, but to say they're going to beat either of those NFC teams is a leap forward.
It's a bold prediction, but I think it might happen.
Well, let's see. They got to overcome the best team in the AFC first.
Yeah, and we got 2 games on tap for Sunday. So I'm looking forward to it. I know you guys are too.
Anything else you want to add here before we wrap things up?
Do you think the Chiefs, if they repeat this year, they're one of the best teams of all time?
Yes. Jason, you should too. You're crazy if you don't. That's 2 straight Super Bowls. Probably could have won 3 in a row if not for Tom Brady.
Hey, they still have a championship window for another couple of years.
What does that mean? Best teams of all time? Top 10? Top 10 teams of all time?
On that list.
So when you think of the best teams of all time, you think of the Chiefs.
I don't know. I don't know that I do.
New England in the early 2000s.
They repeat?
I mean, yes, if they repeat, but they haven't done that yet. At this time in time, I don't.
If they repeat.
I mean, yeah, it becomes a lot more clear. It's hard to deny a repeat, and you only lose 1 game in the entire season. That's pretty impressive.
Mahomes has only lost, I think he's only lost like 3 or 4 games his entire career. So that's some quarterback play.
Wish Daniel Jones would do that.
Insane.
If only, right?
Hey, maybe Dan Jones is years next year, but still think Sam Heineke's the better quarterback. So.
Listen, it's not Sam Heineke, it's Taylor Heineke, Mr. Dante. Whatever you say.
You're selling the names out here.
Yeah, you are. You love selling the names. It's your favorite.
I am selling the names, but hey, he ain't going to be selling the stats. He's going to be legit next year.
2 big games Sunday. Let's enjoy it, guys. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. We appreciate the time, and we'll be back.